Hello everyone, back tuning in to Snowwatch. So we've got a situation coming up tomorrow, well tonight and tomorrow, with a weather front coming in from off the Atlantic. It's moving to cold air, and it's got cold air behind it, but it has got a bit of a warmer sector associated with it. So it's one of those situations we've had a lot of this winter. Many sort of marginal rain, cold rain, sleet, and some snow type situations. Actually, I think there will be some quite significant snow with this feature, but it's mainly going to be for northern England and Scotland. Further south, we may get some winteriness in with the rain, but from the Midlands southwards, I think we're mostly looking at just rain with this. But there is enough snow to warrant doing snow watch, because northern parts of the country in particular will get probably fairly widespread cover of snow actually through northern England and Scotland from this feature. And I think over high ground we might get up to 10 centimetres of snow, 4 inches for Scotland, with sort of 5 centimetres or so down to even low levels. So quite a snow event for the north, but more rain, sleet, some winteriness mixed in further south. So I'll show you what's going on right now, and this is the facts chart for midday tomorrow. So this is the human interpretation of models by forecasters at the UK Met Office. It's this occluded front that's pushing across the country that's bringing this wintry mix of rain and also snow. So, but in front of this occluded front is cold, and behind the occluded front the air is cold as well. Along the occluded front there is a bit of a warmer sector, although that has occluded out, so it's even in the south it's a very close run thing. Another degree or so it probably would have been mainly snow in some parts of the country. You notice there's a bit of an elongation in the isobars as well, indicates that there's a little bit of a stall taking place along this front. So I think tomorrow afternoon it's going to be pretty dismal across the eastern parts of the country with the rain taking a long time to clear, and that might allow some of it to turn wintry across perhaps eastern parts of the country for a time before it clears away, and then leads to a very cold and frosty night tomorrow night and into Wednesday. So the GFS is picking things up, so we've got this elongation in the ice bars just here at midnight tonight, indicating where that occluded front is lying. 3 to 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, you see that front is quite clearly pushing eastwards. Quite strong winds ahead of it as well, so it is going to be fairly windy and wet across England and Wales. And then along this front, we've got rain down to southwest, but come north of Wales, and I think it'll be primarily snow. That's how things are looking at midday tomorrow. The occluded front then is lying through the central part of the country. We just saw it on the facts chart, bringing rain to the south, snow to the north. Then only very gradually tomorrow afternoon is that front pushing off in towards the North Sea. Behind it, the air is turning cold, and the problem then will be frost and ice tomorrow night. There's the upper air temperatures for midnight, so we are basically been a cold air mass at midnight. The -5 ice firm is through the country. Notice there's more of an intense green colour there on the western side through Ireland and up the Irish Sea. That's the warmer sector. It's not a particularly warm sector, but it's the warmer sector that's associated with this occluded front. By 6 o'clock in the morning, the -5 ice firm is over on the eastern side of the country and out to the west. And then in between, we're in that slightly less cold sector of air. Now, in theory, within that air mass, because it's between -5 and 0 degrees at 850 HPA, in that air mass, it technically could snow for all parts of the country, but the problem is that but just a slightly warmer wedge of dew points coming in with this, and also we've got a fairly strong wind which limits the chance of evaporative cooling. In another situation, if we had lighter winds to allow evaporative cooling, I think this probably would have been a survey for all parts of the country. Go through to midday, and then we're bringing that cold air back in behind again. Here comes a -5 ice firm moving back in from the west. So by the end of tomorrow, we're finishing up in a cold air mass again, -5 ice firm covering the country. And then, as I say, the problem tomorrow night will be frost and ice. Here's the dew points. This is a reflection of the sort of temperature down on the surface. And at midnight, all parts of the country really have dew points below freezing. Through 6 o'clock in the morning, most central eastern areas still have those dew points below freezing. In the west, though, the dew points are going above freezing. Now, when the dew point rises above freezing, it can't snow. It will never snow when the dew point is above freezing. The dew point has to be at or below freezing to get snow. So that's the reason that particularly Wales, South West England, we're talking about rain because the dew point's gone above freezing. Further north, though, you'll notice northern England and Scotland, that dew point is still at or below freezing. Go through to midday tomorrow, and the dew points are lifting up above freezing across the Midlands, much of southeastern England. But for much of northern England and Scotland, the dew point never goes above freezing. So that's the reason why the snow is being focused on northern England and Scotland, because the dew points are below freezing throughout this event. There's no real warmer sector of air, and so you'll get snow there. You notice the dew points going back below freezing again for Wales and southwestern parts of England. By the end of tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the evening, dew points are back below freezing through all parts of the country, and so the problem will shift to frost and ice. This is a precipitation type forecast based on that GFS run. This is for midnight. We've got a band of heavy rain from weatheroutlook.com, by the way. You can find a link to Weather Outlook on the links page. We've got this band of rain coming into the west at midnight. Notice there's snow out in the Atlantic. Let's run through 3 o'clock in the morning. Heavy rain moving through Ireland onto the Irish Sea, turning readily to snow as it hits the cold air across Scotland. And also some snow perhaps coming in on the backside across parts of Ireland too. Now by 6 o'clock in the morning, it's raining down the Irish Sea and through Wales into southwestern parts of England. Northern Ireland, though, has got heavy snow, as is Scotland. Notice those purple colours. That's really heavy snowfall there across parts of sort of western Scotland in particular. By 9 o'clock in the morning, that wet weather is pushing through into the Midlands. Again, mostly rain through central southern England. Possibly a transition back to snow, though, across Wales. And then it's just basically snow through northern England and up into Scotland. Again, we've got some intense colours there indicating risk of heavy snow too. By midday, the rain is pushing through southern England in towards parts of eastern England as well. There is the suggestion, as the cold air is undercutting on the back edge, that this is turning to snow through Wales and the Midlands. I'm a little bit dubious about that. Maybe it's kind of a wintry type mix that might occur across Wales and Midlands, but no other model is really signalling this. However, for northern England and for Scotland, no problems there. It remains snowing, so it's going to be quite a snow event. Going to be very snowy through northern England and Scotland tomorrow morning, with up to 10 centimetres of snow possible. That's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Wet across East Anglia and South East England. Possibly again something wintry on the back edge. I am dubious about what the GFS is doing here with the snow more widespread through, let's say, the Midlands and in some parts of eastern England. If it comes off, it'll be hats off to the GFS, because no other model, and I'll show you the other models in a moment, really going for that. Wintry showers following on behind, and then it takes a long time to move that weather away from the east. So still rain and snow across eastern England tomorrow evening before it all gets out of the way by 9 o'clock in the evening and up to midnight. It's turning dry, clear, and there'll be frost and ice. This is high-res arpege model. A lot of rain in the west at midnight. That rain pushes eastwards, turning to snow across Scotland. Turning to snow across northern England too by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Some snow there across Wales, and then that band of wet weather pushes eastwards. Does suggest a chance of some snow through parts of the Midlands, perhaps northern western parts of Midlands. Further south, mainly looking at rain, and then that wintry mix clears away into the North Sea, leaving us with a very frosty and icy night as we go through Tuesday night and into Wednesday. And this is the high-res Icon model. Again, all these models are coming from the Weather Outlook. So There's the wet weather moving into the western side of the country through tonight, 6 o'clock in the morning, snowing heavily across Scotland, some snow coming into northwest England, rain, sleet and snow through parts of Wales as well. Tomorrow morning we have heavy snow through Scotland and going down into northern England, some snow through Wales, mainly rain through the Midlands and central southern England, and then primarily it's just rain pushing through the Midlands into eastern England tomorrow afternoon. It doesn't see that snow risk through the Midlands and eastern England that particularly the GFS is seeing. And then we're going to a very cold, frosty and icy night on Tuesday night. This is Euro 4 from Weather Online. There's the band of wet weather moving into west at midnight. By 6 o'clock in the morning, heavy snow across Scotland, some snow also down through parts of Northern Ireland, mainly rain for Wales and southwestern parts of England. That's midday tomorrow. Heavy snow again through Scotland. More of a wintry mix through northern England and through Wales. And then down into central southern parts of England, through the Midlands into the south, it's just basically raining. And then that wet weather pushes away onto the eastern side of the country, clears away by 6 o'clock in the evening. Not making as much of the snow risk with Euro 4, except for Scotland tomorrow. And then finally, the WRF model from metroseal.fr. So again, we've got the wet weather moving into western Scotland and Northern Ireland at midnight. There's snow being suggested, particularly for western Scotland and for Northern Ireland too at that point. We go through the night into the early morning, so that's how things are looking at 6 o'clock in the morning. Heavy snow for Scotland, that's the message there. Really snowing heavily, and there could be up to 4 inches on high ground across Scotland. Bright colours indicate some very heavy snow indeed. A wintry mix through Wales, and then mainly rain down across southwestern parts of England. Through the course of the morning, that snow pushes across northern England, so much more snowy for northern England there than we saw with the Euro 4 model. Further south of that, through the Midlands, a little bit of a wintry mix, perhaps particularly for northern parts of the Midlands, but further south of the Midlands, and it's mostly rain. And then through the afternoon, again, that rain and probably a bit of a sleet and wet snow lingering on the eastern side, taking a long time to clear away into the North Sea. Eventually, it does go away, leaving us mostly dry overnight, Tuesday to Wednesday, with a widespread frost and probably a lot of ice. And then we do it all over again on Wednesday, but on Wednesday the snow will mainly be restricted to Scotland. I think there's a bigger, warmer sector coming in. So it looks like it's in the north that we've got the greatest risk of snow, and it is quite a snow event, I think, that we're shaping up for Scotland in particular. For northern England, one or two of those models are a little bit indecisive, but I think there'll be snow through northern England, particularly northern parts of northern England, if you like. But I suspect there'll be snow quite widely across northern England. Wintry mix for Northern Ireland, wintry mix for Wales, and then from the Midlands and down into south and southeast, primarily rain, although one or two of these models want to bring some snow through the Midlands, especially the GFS actually. So we'll wait and see. It might be a little bit more widespread, particularly for the Midlands, than that's suggesting. But basically, it's a snow event for central and northern parts of the country, this one. Right, so that's all for now. Don't forget to check out today's first video. That's on the homepage. We are having the stratospheric warming. It deals all of that and the weather for next week to 10 days as well. That's it for Snow Watch. Thanks for watching.